Hey, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Thriving Thoughts. I am your host, Dr. Sherri. All right, you have to be living under a rock to not see the frustration and anger and general upheaval that we are experiencing. And I'm not going to talk to you about politics, policy, right wing, left wing, new president, non-president, election, non-election. I'm not talking about any of that. You guys know I'm a Thriving Thoughts expert because I help people, individuals like you, focus on what you can control, which is your thought world. Well, right now, I wanted to take this opportunity to reach into a moment of upheaval to offer you, those of you who are willing to hear and eager to hear, maybe even hungry to hear, that there is something you can do to bring peace to your life. There is something you can do to not be caught up in this whirlwind of upheaval, of division. I am a little frustrated myself because we have tons of really intelligent people asking people to unify, to unite, right? But I think what we're really asking from any and all sides, there's not just two, by the way, there's lots of different sides. I think what we're really asking is for people to think like us. If you think like me, if you do what I think you should do, if you do and think and believe what I think makes sense to do, think, or believe, then we can have unity, right? But that's not what unity is. Unity is not the same set of opinions, beliefs, choices, perspectives. That's not unity. Unity comes from peace, and peace comes from each individual who contributes to that. So I'm not here to talk to you about groups of people. I'm not here to talk to you about parties. I'm not here to talk to you about nations. I'm here to talk to you about you. I heard once on a podcast, and I shared this several times on my own show here on Thriving Thoughts. Somebody said, love others, manage yourself. And for a while, I thought, that's significant. That's true, right? If we work hard to just manage ourselves, in other words, mind our own business, and then love others, in other words, not manage other people, not try to change what they do or think or feel, then that's the best we can do. And I think there's certainly value to that, but I also don't think it's enough. And here's why. Because if we start with looking at others, whether it's loving them, serving them, whatever, if we start with others, I think our focus is wrong. Hear me out. If you've listened to the podcast for long enough, you know that I believe in serving people. I believe that you're here because there are people who need you. But that's not where we start. You see, God gave us each a unique set of gifts for us to develop, to invest in, right? He didn't give us gifts to go around telling other people what their gifts should be or shouldn't be, how they should express them or shouldn't express them, right? We have been given a gift to take care of, to treasure, and that's us. So we have to grow ourselves. That's our first priority, is to grow ourselves. And so many people that I coach, they have a desire to grow themselves. By the way, you guys, that means also to thrive. It's just another word here. You'll very often hear people talk about growth mindset. I talk about having a thriving thought world. It's very similar. Pain, discomfort, are both inherent in growth. So a lot of people don't even want to embark on that journey. And I just extend a warm invitation to you, not specifically for coaching, although I'd love to chat with you about that, but just to turn around and look in the mirror and say, are there things that I can learn? Are there things that I can develop within me? Have I arrived? Have I mastered everything that I need to master? I'm going to say that's absurd if you say yes to those last two questions. Because if you're living and breathing, that means that you still have more work to do. Listen, you can look at this in the terms of the business world and leadership, right? Leadership is not about getting people to follow you. It is about serving others, right? It's about being humble. And the first action of humility is to say, yes, I need growth. And I think it's the exception rather than the rule that there are some people who would say, no, I'm good. I don't need to grow. I'm fine. And I would say that's fine. Then this message is not for you. But if there is a nudging, if there is something tugging at you in the back of your mind that says, you know what? Yeah, I could use some growth. I could use some thriving in my own life. That's where I invite you to start. If you want to contribute to the world in a positive way that brings peace and unity, you have to do that for yourself first. See, very often we have conflict within. We don't have peace within because we are not engaging in the obligation that we have to develop and honor the gifts that we've been sent here or that we are here to serve with, right? But before we can effectively serve, we have to develop ourselves. We have to grow. We have to keep pushing ourselves. We have to keep upping the ante. So this is not an episode about how to grow. It's an invitation to consider that change in this world comes when you decide that you need to grow as a person, when you decide that you're ready to thrive, when you decide that you're ready to stop blaming other people for the problems, situations, people even in your life, when you decide that you have control. You have 100% control over what you choose to believe, think, or do. And if you keep relinquishing that to other people, be it political community, religious community, friendship community, business community, if you keep relinquishing your control of what happens to you, the destination, your trajectory, your ability to be successful in life, if you keep giving that to other people to manage, then you're constantly going to be in this survival mode. And you're constantly going to be looking to other people to change who they are, because then your world will be better. But my friends, that's a lie. I always promise to speak truth over the lies on this podcast. And the truth is this, that nobody, nothing will ever change your situation. That's up to you. So would you accept that nudging today? That maybe the first thing you need to do is grow yourself and then you can serve others. I think it's more than just loving others. I think it's growing ourselves because see, when we dive into that growth, when we dive into that thriving thought world, we start to see things about ourselves that we like and things that we don't like. We start to recognize incongruencies in our values with what we do in life, right? Like we say we value family, but then we realize, oh, now upon reflection, I'm not really spending that much time with family. But I'm telling other people that they really need to spend time with family because that's a value of mine. So we start to resolve these internal conflicts that most of us, I think, sometimes we become acutely aware of them because something hits us in the face and something that somebody does bothers us. That's typically a signal, by the way. If you're bothered by something that somebody else says or does, it's typically because there's an unresolved conflict in you. It really doesn't have anything to do with that person. I know I'm getting all kinds of like shrinky on you right now, but it's true. So if you want to change, if you want to offer something of value to the world, to people, you have to literally do that for yourself first. You literally have to grow. You have to discover those dark places that maybe you don't want to attend to, but you have to reflect, you have to grow, you have to be humble, admit that you need to grow. Hey, look, I need all the growth I can get. That's why I read books, listen to podcasts, read my Bible, talk to other people that I have identified as wise, right? Because I don't know it all. And I never want to know it all, because if I do, then I'm done. If you don't think you need to grow, then you're done. Your contribution is done. I hope that's not too macabre of a message. I actually hope that it's very encouraging to you today and inspiring that you have so much control over your own vitality, your happiness, your fulfillment. You just have to decide to take it. You're going to want to stay tuned to future episodes, Friday episodes. I know I said Thursday before, but it's actually going to be Fridays now. I think it's a good way to start and end the week. So every Monday, an interview, and then every Friday, an episode with me. We're going to be focusing on growth because the theme for season 4 is thriving alone. And guess what happens in those alone spaces? You're confronted with yourself. That's what I'm asking my guests to share, those moments when they were confronted with themselves and what they learned and how they chose to thrive through that alone space. So listen, if you're ready to embark on this journey of growth with me, to take up your responsibility and obligation to the world, which is to grow yourself first, second, serve others. If you're ready for that, you're going to want to stay tuned. We're going to talk about all the different kinds of ways we can do that and what to do when we encounter some stuff that's really stuff that we'd rather avoid, because I promise you can do it. I am doing it. I do it every day. And I know that you can do it too. And I'll be sharing my personal stories along the way. Hey, please remember that I have a Thriving Thoughts texting community where I share thoughts and challenges, yes, to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, to engage and develop in that thriving thought world. 3 times a week, I send a text message right to your phone. All you need to do to sign up is text the word THRIVE, THRIVE, to 540-369-2139. Yes, that's the United States number. Hopefully one day we will be international with that texting community, but as of right now, we're in the States and Canada. So you can just text the word THRIVE, THRIVE, to 540-369-2139. Please, if you're an Apple Podcast user and you're listening to this on your Apple Podcasts app, I would be honored if you would click 5 stars to help this show get in front of even more people who are ready to take up the courage to say yes, the humility, right? To say, yes, I am ready to grow. Yes, I am ready to thrive. Yes, I'm done surviving and I'm ready to thrive. Hey, share this episode with a friend. And remember, this season is now on YouTube, so you can catch my face live looking right at you. Until Monday with another interview, please do remember to speak truth over the lies, and you too will thrive in any and every circumstance.